Welcome home and welcome back. It's June 12th, 2023, and we're on our fourth page of book review for the personality types of the Enneagram. How the Enneagram helps us grow. Get organized here for a second. But how does a system of personality types help us liberate ourselves? Actually, I'm going to need my glasses for this one. To say the least, yesterday was a very entertaining day. It was also very enlightening because I discovered a personality type that has got to be one of the worst out of the nine. And if I was to make a comparison, it would have to be that personality type is vengeance. The thing is that vengeance from a stranger makes no sense. So my only conclusion would be that this individual had an agenda. And that's exactly what it became, an agenda. So some words were exchanged and accusations thrown, and it really did reveal the personality type of this individual. The worst part about it, I think, is that this individual was a complete stranger. So what justifies somebody trying to crucify someone else? They don't even know. Anyways, I guess that's what happens, and this is what it comes down to. When people don't know, oh, I lost my place here. Okay. No, I read that. Here we go. How the Enneagram helps us grow. But how does a system of personality types help us liberate ourselves? Aren't we more than a simple type? The answer is yes, we are. Human beings are complex and mysterious. But in fact, our personalities are based primarily on repetitive habits and patterns. Our personalities are not the whole of our psyche. Although they are enormously important in that they largely affect the way we see the world and interact with it. Thus, the personality is the kind of filter that potentially limits us and our freedoms. By indicating the chief features and barriers of our psychic landscape, the Enneagram can help us prepare for a more profoundly direct and spiritually relationship with reality. While many people are interested in living more spirit-centered lives, many of us have not had the time or opportunity to develop a reliable practice of meditation or self-observation. Nor do most of us have access to an authentic spiritual school that could guide us along our path. The Enneagram can help us prepare ourselves for the inward journey by showing us many of the obstacles as well as supports available within our own psyche. It can help us see the reason for taking time from daily routines to meditate or practice spiritual disciplines, so that we can acquire the resources necessary for our transformation and liberation. In the process of teaching the Enneagram to thousands of people for many years, we have seen over and over that the key to transformation lies in our capacity to be present, to be deeply abiding in the here and now, with our minds, hearts, and bodies fully engaged. While this seems an obvious and simple thing, there is one huge barrier to our being more conscious and attuned in the present moment. It is that our personality is not at all interested in being here and now. In fact, the personality is always drawing us somewhere else, even if we think of ourselves as realistic, practical people. Our habitual thoughts, emotional reactions, fantasies about the future, the old stories about who we are and what others have done to us cloud our awareness and limit our capacity to be fully awake and present to reality. But it is all the more difficult to break out of our old patterns because we are almost totally unaware of them. The mechanisms in our personality are invisible to us. We therefore need to find a way to awaken to our true condition, and having awakened, to remain mindful of the siren's calls of personality. If you're not familiar with siren's calls, it is an old pirate belief that mermaids would sing a song that would be so hypnotic that crew on ships would literally commit suicide by being entranced by the sound. Mythical? Maybe. Historical? Unknown. The amazing thing is that as we are able to bring a non-judgmental awareness to the reactivity of our personality, our perceptions become sharper, and we begin to discover a vast part of ourselves that is not conflicted, self-deluding, or fearful. As we become more conscious of the mechanical aspects of our personality, that is, our automatic, reactive, defensive patterns. Interesting, defensive patterns. How does a stranger go into a defensive pattern when they don't even know the person that they're going up against? By using the habits of our personality to remind us to be present, and then remaining present while observing and feeling the reactions and habits of the personality, we gradually open to real freedom and inner peace. Thus, the paradox of the Enneagram is this. We study the Enneagram because it is necessary to become conscious of how our personality operates so that we can become free of it. Now, I'll go into the real purpose of the Enneagram, but that's in the next video. So, for Up in Canada, I'm Dominic Raphael, and this is the book review from Up in Canada. Cheers.